All right. Huge fight this weekend. I'm real pumped. I'm real excited. I can't wait. Bernard Hopkins versus Sergey Kovalev. It's going down, man. It's going to be for the unified light heavyweight championship of the world. I believe he got like 3 titles at stake. This is a huge, huge fight, man. This fight right here is whoever wins this fight is going to be the man at 175 pounds. I mean, there can't be no other way around it. Here we go. We got Bernard Hopkins, 49 years of age. The man is doing unbelievable things. Keeps on winning, keeps racking up victories. Living legend, future Hall of Famer, going up against Sergey Kovalev, who has been on a reign of destruction. He's pretty much been knocking out everybody in his path. This man is undefeated, and this is going to be Sergey Kovalev's toughest opponent. And what makes this fight really good is because it's a very, very interesting fight, considering that Sergey Kovalev, we're actually really going to see him in there, against a legitimate opponent. Not saying that he hasn't been fighting anybody really legitimate, but his last opponents has not even been close, mentioning in the same breath with Bernard Hopkins. I mean, Bernard Hopkins the man has fought literally damn near everybody. You could write a novel about the fighters this man has faced. I mean, we're talking about guys like Roy Jones, Antonio Tarver, Kelly Pavlik, Tavoris Cloud, Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, Chad Dawson. That's just some of them, man. The man's resume is ridiculous. Sergey Kovalev, though, he has just been on the tear, though, man. He has been brutally knocking out his opponents, man. This dude is no joke. So, I kind of want to talk about what I feel both fighters are going to have to do in this fight to get the victory. I'm going to start off with Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev, he's that type of guy who likes, he likes to cut off the ring from his opponent. The real dynamic thing about Kovalev is his ability to time his punches. And when you combine that factor with his punching power, man, it's very, very dangerous. And the fact that this dude goes to the body, that right there is a very dangerous combination. And he throws pretty good combinations, too. And he's not that bad of a boxer. Obviously, his experience level is not there with Bernard Hopkins. And he has not, obviously, like I mentioned before, he has not fought anybody close to the Bernard Hopkins level. And so what I feel that Sergey Kovalev is really going to have to do in this fight is that he's going to have to pressure Bernard Hopkins, because Bernard Hopkins is that kind of fighter. Once he starts going into a rhythm, that's where he is most vulnerable at. When Bernard Hopkins has that rhythm going, he likes to come in and smother you with combinations. He likes to tie you up to frustrate you. And once Bernard Hopkins gets going that rhythm, it's really hard to beat him. And I feel that Bernard Hopkins is going to have to take advantage of his rhythm, and he's going to have to stay active as well. Because the longer he don't stay active, that gives, more chances for Bernard Hopkins to, come in, smother him with the combinations, and, it's going to make him look low in the punch count, and it's going to make him fall behind on the scorecards, I feel. So, with that being said, he's going to have to take advantage of the body work. Even though Bernard Hopkins is 49 years old, you have to use what attributes you have. And you got to take advantage of your power, and you got to take advantage of going to the body, man. because I feel that um, Kovalev, he has a better chance of knocking out Bernard Hopkins with one huge shot. But if Sergey Kovalev keeps looking for that shot, it's not going to come. He's going to have to, like, set that big shot up and, attack when it's right. But then again, man, it's just so hard, man, because Bernard Hopkins, man, is just he has fought all types of styles. He has so much experience. I mean, it's just going to be really difficult, man. But that's why I like about this fight so much, man. It's really tough to call. I believe, honestly, there's really no wrong way to call it. It's like one of those fights where it was kind of like a Canelo versus a Trout, similar on that level of a fight, where it was like, damn, you got the two best guys in the division going at it, and it's just really tough to call. But that's how I see it. But I want to talk about Bernard Hopkins a little bit. Just like I said earlier, Bernard Hopkins, once he gets that rhythm going, and I mean, the man, he's just really hard to beat, man. He gets that rhythm going on you, and it seems like, Bernard Hopkins, man, he has been improving. Even at 49 years of age, he has been improving, I see. And I mean, the previous opponents that Bernard Hopkins has fight, man, like I said in one of my previous videos, man, those were some very tough opponents. Like, I know Shumanov wasn't the most well-known fighter, and Karo Murat, but man, those dudes were tough, man. And for what Hopkins did to those guys, man, that says a lot about Bernard Hopkins, man. Still doing what he's doing at 49 years of age. But I'm gonna try to wrap this up really quick. I'm gonna try to knock out some other videos today as well. Man, this fight is really tough to call, man. But I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Bernard Hopkins. I mean, Kovalev, he has a very good chance. It just depends how he approaches this fight, and if he fights smart, and if he doesn't keep looking for that one big shot, and if he doesn't have low activity, I think it's going to be an easy decision for Bernard Hopkins. But I just have to go with who has been looking better lately in their fights. You saw Kovalev; he had some slight issues with Cedric Agnew. I believe he got knocked down by Blake Caparello. But at the end of the day, he still's got that dangerous power, man. But I'm gonna have to go with Bernard Hopkins on this one, man. It's really hard to go against him. It's also really hard to go against Kovalev too, man. But I mean, this fight is just very intriguing, man, and I can't wait. It's going to be one for the ages, man. And whoever wins this fight is pretty much going to be the man in that division. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Adonis Stevenson to step up. Bernard Hopkins is already pretty much a pound for pound fighter. If Kovalev, I mean, I'll be happy, honestly, with whoever wins in this fight. If Bernard Hopkins wins this fight, he'll be like a undisputed champion in that weight class at 49 years of age. I mean, how could you not be happy for the guy? If Sergey Kovalev wins this fight, I mean, shit, the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? The man's going to be holding out on 3 straps. The only thing he's got to do after that is pretty much beat Adonis Stevenson. But, and the same thing for Bernard Hopkins, too. If he beats Kovalev and Stevenson, I mean, wow, man. That right there is that's really epic right there. If he could do that, I mean, wow, that would be something else. But, yeah, I got Bernard Hopkins winning this fight. It's a really tough fight to call. You guys drop your comments, let me know what you think, and